4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
We begin with breaking news tonight. Family members confirm police have found the body of missing Detroit teen London Thomas.
London was last seen April 5th after being dropped off at her boyfriend's house in Inkster. Our Jacqueline Francis has been following this story. Jacqueline, why don't you get us up to speed?
Well, I briefly touched base with London's father tonight for him to confirm to me that, yes, she is gone. You can only imagine their heartbreak. I remember I first met London's father about 5 or 6 days after she went missing, which was earlier this month. And even then, just 5 or 6 days in, he told me he knew something had been terribly wrong. He said, I'm so close with my daughter. There's no way that she would go this long without seeing us, calling us, texting us. He just had this sick feeling that something was up. And now fast forward to tonight, them confirming to us that her remains have been found. Here's a recap of the case. 17-year-old London Thomas was dropped off at her boyfriend's house in Inkster on April 5th. She was not seen or heard from since. Just last week, police and the FBI searched the boyfriend's house, and now tonight we are getting confirmation that her remains have been found. Within the last hour, I talked with the police chief over in Inkster, and she tells me their department received a tip today about this case. They forwarded that tip to the FBI, and then that information from that tip helped the FBI recover London's body. Now, full transparency, we're in Southfield right now because we've heard unconfirmed reports that it's in Southfield where her remains were found. We're still trying to get those answers for you to see exactly where she was found and the circumstances around that. So again, a lot of questions tonight, but the family has told us that she is gone, and you can just imagine how heartbroken they are.
Yeah, Jacqueline, what do we know about the boyfriend at this hour?
Yeah, so from the very beginning, the family said they didn't know the boyfriend very well. They said London's 17, he's 23 years old. They referred to him as the older boyfriend. Of course, we've been to that boyfriend's house when we saw searches happen with the FBI and Detroit police. So there's been a lot of attention surrounding the 23-year-old boyfriend, but aside from that, we don't know much. That's something we hope to get more answers on.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you.
Forewarned meteorologist Ron Hilliard joining us now. And Ron, we're talking about near freezing temperatures tonight.
That's right. After some very warm weather we've had recently in the 80s, well, tonight we're already down into the 30s in some communities. Talking about around Sarnia, Port Huron, Marysville, and the rest of us will join those communities with temperatures in the 30s tonight. We will see those near freezing, and because of that, there's a risk of frost. Right now, we're some 15 degrees cooler than we were at this time yesterday, and the frost concerns will extend to a big portion of southeast Michigan. Here where those temperatures will be of greatest concern for the potential of frost. We will see the temperatures in the lower to mid 30s as we go into Howell, going into Burton and Grand Blanc, Imlay City, Metamora, Sandusky, Deckerville. We will also see cool temperatures as well. You get into Detroit, and that's where we're going to be closer to the upper 30s to even 40 degrees. Now, that frost advisory will cover many of us. That includes Genesee, Lapeer, St. Clair, Livingston, Oakland, Macomb, and Washtenaw counties. It's for the overnight hours, going into effect at 2 in the morning and lasting until 8 o'clock, and that's when those temperatures will start to rise. Now, it will feel better in the afternoon hours, but we have to get through this very cold night. I'm going to talk about what we can expect for the rest of the weekend and the coming week. There's a big warm-up in store for us. That's minutes away.
Take a look. This caught many drivers' attention tonight. A DDOT bus crashed into a building on Detroit's west side.
It was a maintenance driver behind the wheel of the bus. Officials believe the driver had a medical emergency causing the crash. Tonight, we're hearing from witnesses who saw it firsthand.
I just see him swerve, swerve, swerve.
It was a scary sight Saturday in northwest Detroit.
Then when he started to swerve into the oncoming lane, I'm like, something a little bit off right there. And he never gains control. He just slammed right into the building.
A DDOT bus crashing into this empty apartment building on Greenfield near McNichols.
All of the debris was flying everywhere, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy.
Officials tell us the bus was being driven by a maintenance employee as part of a service call, and no passengers were on board. DDOT says the driver appears to have had a medical emergency causing the crash. Witnesses describing it as a close call, as no pedestrians were hurt.
I didn't see nobody over there, but that's good though, because there usually be people standing over there and sitting over there on that brick wall.
We know the driver was hurt and taken to the hospital. However, we do not know the extent of his injuries. I-94 at 10 Mile is back open tonight following a road rage incident that ended in gunfire.
So here's what we know. Around 1 this afternoon, 2 vehicles were driving in the eastbound lanes when they started exchanging gunfire. One driver took off, but the driver of a Chevy Malibu crashed into a GMC Acadia. Police say someone inside the Malibu got out and tossed a gun, which was later recovered. 2 people in the Malibu were taken to a hospital with non-fatal injuries. Investigators are asking anyone with information to call police or Crime Stoppers.
In Detroit, a suspect is in custody after a brief standoff with police. About an hour ago, officers responded to a shots fired call on McKinney Street. That's on the city's east side. The suspect barricaded themselves inside a home for a short time before being arrested. Police say no one was hurt. The incident remains under investigation. The Detroit Public Library is doing their part to help keep communities safe and informed. The Parkman branch of the library held a free event today focusing on gun violence prevention.
Experts and survivors shared insights on the dangers of unsecured firearms with contributions from law enforcement.
When we talk about gun violence, I always let those talk about gun violence in the street and these things and these gang members and these young people that want to have guns. That is a part of gun violence. But it's also a part of gun violence when our children find these guns and use this against themselves.
There was also input from health professionals who noted the impact of gun violence on physical and mental health. Attendees of the event received free trigger locks.
Melvindale Police Chief Robert Canale is in a fight, against cancer, but he's not facing it alone.
The community and his department are coming together to show their support. Today, they hosted a spaghetti dinner fundraiser to help with his medical expenses. Despite his diagnosis, Chief Canale is still on the job, a true testament to his strength and dedication. Everyone we spoke to today say they want to make sure the chief knows he's not alone in this fight.
It's the least we can do because he's done everything for us in this community.
We are overwhelmed and very gracious for everything that everybody's done for us. We don't know how we'd ever repay anybody, but we want everybody to know how thankful we are.
Chief, we love you and keep fighting. We got your back, my friend.
They certainly do. There was a large turnout for tonight's fundraiser. If you'd like to support the chief, there's a GoFundMe set up. It's currently raised over $20,000. Temperatures are taking a tumble tonight, but warmer weather is not far off, or so Ron says. He's here next with when we can expect to see the return of spring.
Now here's Shantae Passmore.
So many dogs here at Palmer Park. They mean everything to me. They're literally like children. We'll show you what has their owners lining up, all to keep them healthy.